Hey everybody, it's Steph with DebtFreeSpending.com, and we are going to be talking today about going organic and gluten-free at Aldi. So maybe you didn't know that you could do organic and gluten-free at Aldi, but it's something that they just started in the last, I'd say, year, and we know how expensive it can be to find organic foods, and I'm sorry, I'm looking pretty organic here this morning without any makeup. Baby's not awake yet, and there's a 2-hour delay at school, so don't even have any makeup on. So yeah, we're gonna go green living all the way, green fashion this morning too. But anyways, did you know that you can go organic and buy gluten-free foods at Aldi? We were there this past weekend and actually were able to find organic, fresh bananas and baby carrots and apples, and we were also able to find organic frozen foods like frozen strawberries, frozen blueberries. There were also a large selection of gluten-free foods as well. I had a baby last year, and so I was totally not aware that Aldi was carrying organic and gluten-free at this point. So if you live organically, definitely give us some hearts. We had just started doing organic in the last couple months, and also are getting our first hormone-free chicken and grass-fed beef. Here this coming month, we're going to be getting our deep chest freezer ready to go and buying another deep chest freezer for my mom. And again, I am sorry about how bad I look, but I am like sporting the essential oil deodorant this morning and the all organic, no makeup, no toxic face here. So, but anyways, so we are getting our first, like I was saying, we're getting our first grass-fed beef. It's very expensive. And something that I want to talk about is, even though you can do organic at Aldi, which is wonderful, and the prices are wonderful, we have a local store called Giant Foods, and the cost of like spring leaf lettuce organic was USDA organic was oh, thank you, energetic coach, that is beautiful, I love that. My yeah, so anyways, thank you. She said you don't have to apologize for not looking, you know, we're beautiful every day because we're women. That's awesome. But anyways, so spring leaf mix is actually, thank you again. Oh, love that. Very encouraging this morning. But again, spring leaf mix at Giant in our area was like over $6 for a square plastic box. And if you go to Aldi, it was like $2.50, I think, or right around $2.50. So you're saving almost $4 for the same thing, both USDA organic. And I am just in love with this new line of organic, USDA organic, and gluten-free at Aldi. Now, the big thing is, I don't know if you know this, but I'm doing a lot of research. If you go to debtfreespending.com, scroll down to our organic living post, and also we have a post on the blog about the foods that you can find at Aldi. We have an extensive list of organic foods that you can find there and a link to their gluten-free foods. But if you want to go to the blog, you can read that as well. We have the whole list there for you. So just go to debtfreespending.com, scroll down. We also have a category that we just started for green living and organic living at the top. And yes, I found that the spring mix lasted as long. Obviously, it's organic, so there's not as many preservatives, or not any really preservatives, really. But the biggest thing I want to talk about real quick before I forget is, while I am so appreciative of Aldi, I just am absolutely in love with their line that they've brought in gluten-free, and they've brought in, and let me clarify, I'm not celiac disease. I'm just more like, I have a lot of, I don't even know if you want to call it gluten intolerance, but I have a lot of preservative intolerances. So like I can't drink wine, I can't do sulfites. I'm not allergic, not like anaphylactic shock, but I just makes me very sick. Yeah, definitely sensitive. So the biggest thing that I want to say though is, as I'm researching USDA organic, and I'm so grateful that our government does at least have that in place, where some countries don't have any of that, it does make it definitely harder for the smaller local farmer. So one thing that you want to do, I've been reading a blog or a website called, I think it's ewa.org. It's about, it's like, I think it's not environmental workers, but it's like, I think it's ewa.org, and it's in the blog post. I linked to it in the blog post on organic living and the, all that website. But basically it makes it really hard for the local farmer, because to become USDA certified organic is extremely expensive, and so it's a lot more expensive for these smaller local farmers. So one thing that you want to make sure you're doing is getting to know your local farmers and shopping local farmers markets, so that you can support local businesses as well. So one way that we did that was I went to one of our local butcher shops here, and they actually had grass-fed beef frozen for like over $11 a pound, and it was from New Zealand, and I just wasn't super excited about that. So I kind of put the all call out on Facebook, and luckily we live in more of a rural dairy community and a beef community. We live in Pennsylvania, and so I am so ADD this morning. I'm sorry. Let me go back and comment about the farmer's market. What I forgot to tell you was, though, that it does make it harder when you live in an area like Pennsylvania to get fresh produce in the winter months. We have no fresh produce here. So obviously in the southern states, I think it's in the western, where it's warm and wet more, you might be able to do the farmer's market year round. I know when we were in California and, it did seem like their growing season was a lot longer there, but it is more difficult here and in the Northeast during the winter to get local farmers market unless you're going to can yourself or whatever. So again, I really think it's beneficial to still have things like USDA certified organic in my area, because in the months where I can't get the farmer's market, I can go there and get those products. And so again, when I went to our local butcher shop and they said that they had this frozen grass-fed beef and hormone-free chicken, and it was from, now keep in mind, my father-in-law already raises free-range chickens to lay eggs, and that was one of the first things that drew us to organic and free range was the taste. Quality was just incredibly different. I don't know if you've ever had free range brown eggs. If you get a chance, they're not the same as store-bought eggs. They're just fresher. You need to just cook them and eat them and try them for yourselves. But from what I'm gathering, I haven't had a ton of grass-fed beef, but when I put the all call out on Facebook and we live in this farming community, I had like 3 farmers message me immediately that they had natural. And I'm like, why did I not do this sooner? But anyways, so we're getting a quarter of a beef. It's like around this area, it's $3.50 hanging per pound, and it's an extra 50 cents for processing. So that's with the bone in. So it's going to end up being like $4.50 a pound, but that includes like the front, we're getting the side cut, which is like some steaks and some ground chuck and all those things. So again, you really want to make sure that you research and that you know your local farmers. Even though I had 3 farmers that, said, hey, we do local grass-fed beef, we do local hormone-free chicken, I really wanted to make sure that I knew them well enough to make sure that they weren't, kind of pulling the wool over my eyes, but definitely the one family I know very well, like from church and from all those different things. But yeah, so, and Energetic Mom is right. That the taste of the yolk is just different. She said grass-fed beef is just yummier. And I think it's one of those things where, we do have a lot of chicken farms here. And so I've seen just how awful those chicken farms can be. And that's why I prefer free range chicken. I think that it's better for you. I think it's better for the chickens, and not that I'm totally all the time, into that kind of mode in my mind, but I do feel that, the conditions for chickens are just really awful. I mean, they're in small crates. I've seen them on the highway when I'm driving in trucks beside me. So if you are, looking to go organic and you're looking to do it more inexpensively, this is the way to do it. Go to Aldi, check out your farmer's market. Not everything has to be super expensive. I think that's the misconception, is that organic living has to be so much more expensive. And that's another thing where, just like when I got into essential oils, people were like, oh, I can't afford a Young Living. Their oils are more expensive. And the funny thing is, I have replaced so many cleaners and items in my home. We do a make and take like every week. And when we went all organic that way, as far as, just all natural shampoo and lotion, I make all my own, we just did, yesterday we made it do-it-yourself air freshener, because I don't know if you know this, but, and I'm going off on a little tangent here, but there's more chemicals that in your home that OSHA could come in and do like a chemical study here than there are in most workplaces. When you look at most industrial cleaners or most, home cleaners today, there's a lot of chemicals. And my husband has asthma, and I actually have severe sensitivities to smells, and they're not allergen. I have a dust mite allergy, but I have a lot of sensitivities to smells. Like when I was pregnant, oh my word, my husband couldn't wear cologne or anything. I couldn't wear perfume. But anyways, the point is that whenever he would clean, or I would clean, I would get an immediate sinus infection. He would have an immediate asthma flare-up. We'd be on the inhaler for a couple days. And so we decided to start cleaning with Thieves Household Cleaner, which is one of Young Living's products. And it's all natural, and it has just essential oils in it. And he has not had an asthma flare-up, and neither have I, from cleaning since. So again, we make our own deodorant. We make our own, we do our own, we do these make and takes. We just did one yesterday, but we did our own air freshener. And until you make all your own products, you're actually saving money. Like we make our own, chest rub, for breathing wellness, we'll say. And so, we do all of our own things there. So the point is, check out the chemicals in your stuff. Go to the blog post on debtfreespending.com. Read about organic living. Go to that EWA.org, I think it is, website. If it's not, it's EWC, but I think it's, oh Lord, just go to the website, because I that is how bad my memory is. I should have had notes today. But we definitely want to make sure that you knew this morning that Aldi had organic and gluten-free. So if you have sensitivities in that area, and there's a lot of connections between rheumatoid arthritis, autoimmune, and just general overweightness with gluten. If you want to check into some of that, I think going gluten-free is very, very good. A lot of people don't know that our food is so different today. I'm reading a book called, I should have had that with me, but it's called, I'm gonna have to get it for you and definitely bring it to my next Periscope. But anyways, make sure, oh, here comes the baby now. He must have just woken up. Come here. So again, make sure that you check out Aldi, go in, check out their organic, check out their gluten-free. Can you say hi? Tell him you just woke up. Say hi. And make sure that you're saving money. We want you to save money when you go organic. We definitely want to make sure that you are spending less on organic and gluten-free products. So we will be periscoping either later today or tomorrow. We do it every day for the Daily Dime. Check out our YouTube as well, debtfreespending.com/YouTube, where we save you money every day. One last thing. Go on our spending freeze with us in the month of October. We're doing a 31-day spending freeze. If you wanted to be debt-free, we are debt-free other than our mortgage right now. If you want to be debt-free and live a more enjoyable lifestyle and not be quite so tied down to your material things, I just put a blog post up today about the review of Marie Kondo's book, I think it's called The Satisfying Art of Tidying Up. Lord, I have no memory today. Sorry. I need to get my brain power essential oil out this morning, but it's like the magic art of tidying up, I think it is, or the joyful art of tidying up, but it's Marie Kondo, Kondo. She's a Japanese organizing guru. Hi, baby. And she actually you got to read the blog post. My review is up today on debtfreespending.com. Check it out. Amazing book. I mean, we have our own ebook that we had over 12,000 downloads about organizing, and that was awesome. But I love her book. It's encouraging me just so much in my own organizing, daily walk. But I definitely want to make sure, again, that if you have any friends that want to go on the spending freeze with us, that's going to be one of our weeks. We have a week of meal planning, a week of budgeting, a week of organizing, and a week of frugal living. So make sure to check us out. Go to debtfreespending.com, go to finances, scroll down to the how to do a spending freeze and the 31-day challenge and sign up there. We have over 100 people going on the spending freeze with us. We don't want you to miss out. Well over 100 people. And then just share us some hearts with us and share our Periscope with your friends. There's a way to do that. I'm not exactly sure how. I'll have to learn, but I think there's a way to do that in your settings by swiping. Make sure that you are sharing our Periscope with your friends. So again, if you want to live a frugal, healthy lifestyle, this is the way to do it. Come along with us for the journey. Check back every day at debtfreespending.com and hook up with us on our Pinterest. We have 27,000 Pinterest followers as of this weekend, and almost 50,000 on Facebook and 55,000 on Twitter. So a lot of people are joining you in this journey to get healthy for less. All right, guys, have a great day. Talk to you later.